All right, well, welcome to the Project 7 Hint video, H-I-N-T, which means you got to figure out some of it yourself, but I have given you plenty of hints, and as you will see as we go along. The Fibonacci series, let's talk about that, and I've got a little notepad thing here open. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. There we go, lots bigger. Okay. The first two series in the Fibonacci set that we're looking at are 1 and 1. They're always 1 and 1. All right. So how do you generate the next number in the series? Okay, well, you take num1, you see this variable num1 and num2, that's num1 and that's num2. And you add those two together. 1 plus 1 is what? 2, comma, space. Now, to generate the next one, the next Fibonacci number, you go to the last two in the series. So you're moving over one basically in position. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5, and so on. Okay, that's the way that works. All right, so that is pretty simple math. I mean, it's really simple to do. Now, in this if you look at my output, the screenshots or whatever, you will see that you're going to have some data validation to do. But let's talk about this. And I've even given you the variables here. The number of fibs you get from the user, and they have to be between 2 and 15. All right. Now, most of you have had the logic class, know that for something like this, you use a post-test do while. The condition you'll have to figure out. But let me give you a little hint here. You're going to keep banging this, banging them in the head with this until they give you the right number in the correct range. Once it's correct, this will evaluate as false, and then it will blow out and keep going. All right. So there's no way it's ever going to get out of this loop until they give you a number between 2 and 15, an integer, and that's inclusive. That includes 2 and 15, and you're storing it in the number of fibs. All right. You have to figure this out. That's really pretty easy. All right, and then the output, and if you look at the screenshot, it says the Fibonacci's are. Now there's an if statement here to determine if they only want 2 digits. If they only want 2 digits, then you just see out num1 and num2. That's a hint to what these initializations are going to be, without a comma at the end. All right, you'll notice that I'm picky about that. If they put 5 digits, if they want 5 numbers, then you'll generate 5, and the last one will not have a trailing comma. All righty. So what this does here is it just gives you the first two. If there's only 2, it's going to be 1 comma space 1. All right. It's going to be num1 concatenation quote comma space close quote concatenation num2 in your cout statement. Otherwise, it's going to be 1 comma space 1 comma space, because you know it's more than 2, so there's going to be a trailing comma on that second digit. All right, that's just to save you a little bit of time. Now the counter, you've already generated 2, so what do you think the counter is going to start off at? I'll let you figure that one out. And you don't even have to figure out how to calculate the fibs. I've shown you the number shift here. Now what I want you to do, and it says this in the instructions, I want you to duplicate the code, and you'll get double output using a while loop, pretest, and a for loop. All righty. And both of these have the same comments and code. So you generate your Fibonacci by adding num1 and num2 together, these variables up here. And now there's something else you've got to do, and I want you to investigate this, but I've given you basically what it is. There's something called a ternary operator. And this is C++ has it, Java, I'm not sure about C#, probably. It's an old structure, but it's all in one line, so you can use it in your couts really effectively. It says use cout in the ternary operator here. If you are at the last Fibonacci, the last digit, output the number without a trailing comma. Again, that's important. Else output the number with a comma space, right? Here's what a ternary operator looks like with some comments in there. It starts with a condition, question mark, if it's true, do something. So output something. All right. If it's false, output something else. What do you think we would be testing for here? That's up to you to figure out. And this is your number shift. Num1 equals num2, num2 equals fib, and it starts again. It keeps looping and looping and looping. Remember that the important thing here is you got to deduce if you're at your last digit or not, because if you are, then you don't output the trailing comma. If you're not at the last digit, on the false side, you output the digit and the comma and the space, because there's going to be another digit after that. This is the same thing right here. I want you to use a for loop. And so it's okay. I expect you to have double output. That's fine. I've got a little two indels and a cout to separate it out. This is finally, this is important. Check your output to ensure you are generating the correct numbers before you submit it. I'm getting a lot of projects where students are just blasting through it. They think they got a handle on it, and then when I get it, it's not what I asked for, or it's not what the program is supposed to be according to the exercise in the book. So you guys need to make sure your stuff's working. Make sure you understand that problem before you submit it, because right now I'm letting you resubmit. I'm going to stop doing that after we get through midterm. So you better make sure that it's correct if you want credit for it. All right. That's not too much to ask. If you were working for somebody, they'd want it to look right as well. And that's what we're training you for. At least I think we are. I hope we are. All right. Well, there it is. Enjoy and go get it.